Well, future of gender equality is actually the present of gender equality. This is not something that we will achieve at some point and then that's it. Gender equality will always be work in progress, and in the short term we need to look at how our policies are impacting on real equality in society, and then in the longer term we really need to mainstream gender equality in all policies. I mean, we have passed legislation that has real impact in practical issues. We need to see how this legislation is impacting on gender equality today, and in the short term how this will impact on further progressing on that. But on the long term, we need to mainstream all over the policy areas. It's not something that we will achieve one day or at some point. It will always be a progress. Well, as I was mentioning, this mandate we have passed a great deal of legislation on different topics, and now the priority should also be how this legislation has impacted or will impact on gender equality. So what will be the benefits of gender equality legislation that we have adopted? We need to focus really on how implementation in member states is efficient, how they put measures in place to achieve the objectives of this legislation. And then, of course, we need to look at other areas of gender equality, such as violence against women, of course, will always be a priority, and more particularly how the online world is also impacting hate speech against women, or how violence is also translating into the online world. And we have also instruments in place adopted this mandate, like the Digital Services Act, to impact how gender equality is also mainstream in what platforms do, and what measures they put in place to mitigate the risks of misogynist speech. So we need to pay attention to the online world, and of course to continue the work on enforcement. Well, EIGE has an extraordinary role to play in all phases of the policy shaping. I mean, not only at the beginning of the policy shaping, that setting the priorities, setting the targets that legislation has to look at, but also in evaluating and assessing the impact that this legislation will have. And evidence-based policy is absolutely crucial to win the hearts and minds of people, and to counter the narratives that also try to contest gender equality, or to put it as a zero-sum game in which gender equality is detrimental to other groups of society. And we need to really demonstrate that equality is good for everybody. It's good for the society as a whole, it's good for both men and women, and it's about equality, not about replacing privileges. And this counter-narrative is extremely dangerous to our policies, because it presents it as a zero-sum game, as if the legislation that we are adopting and the measures that we are taking to ensure gender equality would be detrimental to other groups in society. That is absolutely not true, and we need to counter this narrative through facts, evidence and figures. And the work that EIGE does here is absolutely crucial to do that, because it's a high-quality work, and it provides evidence-based narratives so that we can build our policies, assess the impact of our policies, and show, demonstrate and counter the narratives that try to undermine the importance of gender equality. Very interesting campaign, a very necessary campaign, because it's all about communicating to as much people and to the whole society. And it has also been very important in our own campaigns as well, for promoting the vote in the European elections, how equality is also contributing to democracy, how it is contributing to better society.